Hi everybody, and welcome to another weekly connection. We were here with the whole shooting match. Everybody in the crew is here. Tons of Ascended Masters. And we want to talk about something really important today, because a lot of light workers are not realizing that we are doing a good job and things are coming through, because with COVID, we're feeling still such isolation and loneliness. So let's put ourselves into the energy field. And we're going to get our cosmic thrust oil. I'm really cold today, can you tell? It's chilly out here. But I'm not as chilly as a lot of you, so God bless, you know. And hopefully everyone is staying warm. Rub your hands together, bring it into your energy field, cup your hands together. And just that deep breath in. I love that. Now let's bring it in and unify each other. There we go. And it doesn't matter where we are in time and space. We're joined together in the energy that is around. You can feel all of the Ascended Masters. They're there for you as well. So remember, that gives you just that 15-second meditation, and it aligns you heaven and earth and protects you at your solar plexus. So you want to make sure you do that. Let me pick up my little tourmaline again. I like to hold it. So, you know, people, the number one thing, you know, is that people are so tired of the isolation. I mean, we're missing people. We want to get out. We want things to get better. We can't always see that it's getting better. It's a journey after all. But we are. We truly, truly are. And so that was one thing that Lord Mahay wanted to talk about, because he's saying that we only see like what is just right here in front of us, and we can't really see that bigger picture down the road. But I can tell you that the light workers are getting stronger and stronger and stronger, not weaker. And it looks like things fall apart on Earth, but that's not true. So I'm going to do a workshop in April, and it's about the levels of consciousness and our karma, and why we're going through all of this stuff. All right? Because there's a reason why when you're here on Earth that you're given challenges, and we know that. And certainly this pandemic is a huge challenge for everyone in so many ways, economically, physically, you know, so many things. I can't even go into the whole thing, but it's affecting every aspect of our life and our civilization. And that is a truth. So when we're given a challenge, we need to, as I always say, find the little monkey in the Cracker Jack box. But it's hard to do when you think things are just falling apart and you don't have the work that you want, you can't be with your loved ones, you know, all of these things. So the one way that we look at that is we can have hope. But how strong is the energy of hope compared to knowing? And so Paramahansa, I'll say it right, Paramahansa Yogananda says that you have to have dynamic will, and that dynamic will is not just what you want, but dynamic. It moves the energy, and we want to move the energy to a lighter, brighter world. But if we're down here and we're caught in our humanisms, as I call it, that we're not projecting dynamic will. We're wishing, we're hoping, we're praying, which are all good things, but they aren't going to get you home. Just like we talked before about manifesting. And certainly we are learning to manifest more and more. In order to manifest, we have to have a strong will, an active, moving will. That will that knows it's going to move you to your goal. So we have to get outside of ourselves. We have to say, okay, this sucks. Now what? Now what do I do? There have certainly been many, many occasions in life that I thought things pretty well weren't so great. And the third time I died, I passed over, I remembered that the biggest thing for me in choosing to return to do my work was I knew how hard it would be to take a body that had exhausted the chi, exhausted the vital force, and come back. Now, I don't have the best constitution. I didn't come with the best stacked physical form, but we were able to do that. And I'm alive and well and healthy. So we have to look at the challenge that's ahead of us, and we have to walk the walk. But in manifesting what we want, we need to use our dynamic will. So we have to be not just, oh, I wish it were different. I want this, I want that. Please, God, bring me, ba, 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 ba. Remember, you're a co-creator here. So where's your part in this? What are we doing to make this happen? So we need to know that we are succeeding. And I'm not just giving you a line of BS. We are succeeding. It's very important for us to understand. And you can feel that light energy. And the earth, oh my goodness, the earth is dancing. The earth is dancing. We're putting off cosmic radiation from the center of the earth. The way the sun usually shoots at it at us, we're shooting it out. Not every day, but it's been a few times now. So the earth is dancing, and she is so happy about the light workers here on the planet. And you should be too. Life is not about suffering. It is about learning and growing and finding the little monkey in the Cracker Jacks box. That's what we do. We explore the situation and we find, okay, what is in here for me? Why is this happening? I always say, if it's in your face, there's a reason, right? So why am I experiencing this? And now, I'm going to take that light and use conscious use of power and use the light technique that we use in these classes to propel me, to make me strong, to give me the strength to get through this, to get my job done. We will. We are. And you will see a big change in the next few months. Prior to the end of the year, you'll see a lot of shifting. So let's get it done. Let's be dynamic light seeds. Let's be dynamic in all that we think and we do, in all that we are. And project that light, because that's our job. The more you do that, the easier your life becomes. It is hard to get that light in when you are depressed, when you're down, when you're angry, when you're frightened. The light just doesn't come in the top of your head very well, does it? So, fake it till you make it. Just keep bringing that light in. Keep asking for help and hold that light once you get it. Don't let it go. Okay, it takes practice, and we are practicing peeps here. You know, the whole thing about being a star child is that you're a celestial in training. So we know we don't get it right 100% of the time. That's not what's being asked of us. What we want to do is grow, learn, become wiser and wiser and wiser, and we are. We just need to focus and use our dynamic will. Get that energy, that force to be dynamic. So let's do it now. Bring that light in. That yang energy, that father energy. Yes? And bring it in and let it just roll down the front of your body and into the earth, to the mother. And the mother grabs onto that light and she anchors you right into the grid, which is her energy field. And she's like, take in all you want. This is yours for the taking. And so we grab onto it and we feel that energy and we feel the love. And then we allow that light to come up the back of us, that essence of the mother, in with that golden light. And it comes up, 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 and it comes back to source. And it comes back down again in this orbit of light, right? That is our connection between heaven and earth. That is our tether, that we keep our tether on. When you're feeling any of those emotions, depression or sadness or anger or fear, you've lost your anchor, usually your root anchor, usually. Just get it back on again. Just dig right in there, right? Get that energy from the mother and bring it right back up your back. And just do it again and again. Let's just run an orbit. Let's just run this light. You can do it. I do it pretty fast, you know. I like that energy to move. Some people like that energy to move slow. Whatever it is that feels good to you, that's how you do it. And you bring that light down and you bring it up. And you bring it down again and you bring it up. And you just do that. And you're going to hit a place, as we're doing this now, that it kind of goes hum. Yes, like yummy, right? And you know, you feel that hum, that connection. You know you're connected to source and to the mother. You know now you're that tether. You're the light seed now, right? That's job number one. And when you feel that, you're not going to be having negative emotions. It will just feed you. And sometimes just let that light feed you. Don't send it anywhere. Don't do anything. Just let it feed you. After all, it is you first. So just let it light you up. So now we bring it back down again and we bring it up. And this time we will waterfall it out into our first aura. And make that aura really, really strong. That is your physical aura, right? So we want to get that really, really strong. And in a pandemic, it's a good one to get strong. So we're going to really bring that gold in there, strong, like a mighty wall of light. And then the sacral chakra, which is where we're all pretty messed up right now. Because our world, our life is not what we want it to be so often. And if you are having the life that you want, then you want to share that light so that you can help others get on track. So we fill that light up really, really strong. And in that aura are all your past lives and all of your emotions and all of the stuff that makes you behave the way you do. So saturate it with that light. Get it really, really good. And then bring it into your solar plexus. And your solar plexus is your power center. And this is where the dynamic is. This is where we fire off our chi. We fire off that light in everything that we do and all that we say. And we allow everyone to feel that light. And they don't come into your vital force. They want that light. So we wear that gold light. And then into your heart, that you can just be coming from that loving, wonderful space. And the more we do that, the more unified we become. The more we get into our cosmic consciousness. The more, as we said last week, we observe the world. We don't get caught up into that. If I have a magic moment, I'll express my magic moment. And then we'll laugh about it. But, you know, let yourself have a eek, and then let it go. We do not want to go gitching around and yah-yahing around and getting into drama here. We want to let it go. Now where do we go? What do we need to do? What's next? And the throat aura, where we express ourselves as light beings, as the light seed you are. Because star children are here to flavor the soup, to help those who don't know, and to help ourselves with the parts that we don't know grow. And in your third eye, you know that you are that light seed, that you are that light being doing your job. And in your crown, wear your crown. Wear that crown. Yes, because the light seeds have beautiful crowns. And radiate that light, that gold light out a good foot. And now make that outer edge of that light really strong, really dynamic, zizzy as heck. So that anyone who comes in contact with your light just munches that gold light and feels better. And you get the first and the biggest dose, so you feel better first. It's important for you to do that. And just radiate it out. And the more we do that, the more our dynamic will manifests the world we're looking for, this peaceful, loving place. We are moving forward. We are becoming lighter. Now, it never looks that way because, as we always say, the fiercest lions are just before the gate. So we see the dichotomy. We see that polarity in humanity right now. Don't worry about that. Not everybody has to get it. Just enough. Just enough. So you know your job. And if you feel down or angry or fearful, just orbit that light around you. Bring that light around you until you feel that comforting feeling, that hum, as I call it, because it has a hum. I feel that energy, and it will heal you. So we have quite a week ahead of us. Hopefully we get to warm up. I'm freezing. I'm shivering right now. So I will be sending out an email on the class. I think it's called Evolving Our Consciousness and Karma or something like that. Anyway, you'll find out. And it's going to be April 3rd, and it's going to be on a Saturday in the afternoon. I'll send you all the particulars on that. And practice this. You know, really, life is all about practicing. Practice, 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 practice. And I think that's good, because if it was perfection, we'd be screwed. I would be. Because it's not about getting it right 100% of the time. So don't get mad at yourself when you goof up. It's okay. But let's go. You know, my team has a great thing, and I teach it. It's called the 1.5-minute resolution. So when I was a kid, my crew, who was helping me get through this difficult childhood that I had, and I was so sick, and I was in really, really a lot of pain during my childhood. And one day I was in my bedroom and I was just crying and feeling really sorry for myself. So the med honcho comes in, he goes, you know what? You're right. This sucks. This is terrible. Your life is terrible. And I don't think you feel sorry enough for yourself right now. So I want you to really cry as hard as you can right now. And I want you to do that for 1.5 minutes, and then I want you back up and going. So we call it the 1.5 minutes. When life isn't so great, you need to express that. You need to get rid of that emotional reaction to what is going on. There's nothing wrong with that. And then, after about 1.5 minutes, you get up, you go. What do I do now? Where do I go? What are my choices? Right? And we move forward. And we use that moment for growth. Not to keep us in 3D drama. To move us out of that 3D drama. So I want you to practice every day. And know that you are the most beautiful light seed. And I love you very much. And that we are getting this job done. And just keep yourself in that orbit. Feel that hum. And it will give you the strength, the grit that you need to get through these difficult times. So I'm going to do a workshop on April 3rd. I think it's 3 o'clock Pacific time. It's called, I can't remember, I haven't got it memorized, Ascending Levels of Consciousness and Karma. We're going to talk about what it is that you have to do to get to that cosmic consciousness. And then about karma and how that plays into those aspects of understanding. So it's going to be about an hour, hour and a half kind of thing in the afternoon on a Saturday. And I hope you come see me. And I'll send you information. And please, please give yourself a pat on the back. Please know that we know it's hard, but you're doing a good job. So I love you. Be sure to like me and subscribe and all that stuff. And I love you all. And I will see you next week.